Welcome back to my channel. I am so glad that you're here. I know firsthand sometimes just getting onto YouTube, getting online to learn something new can be a challenge, and I applaud your efforts. Thank you, thank you, thank you. My name is Abby Ritchie, and I've got a great workshop planned just for you. Now, if this is your first time joining me, I am so glad that you're here. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you, and we are going to hop right into it. The name of today's workshop is Tech Goals. That's right, Tech Goals. Why? Well, somewhat the start of the new year, and we always do have some goals around the new year. So I wanted to put this together just because a lot of times we set up personal, spiritual, financial, relational goals, but we often overlook the ones that when it comes to our technology, right? And you may have an idea that maybe you need a new computer, maybe this is the year for a new phone, whatever the case is, maybe you're going to get your password strategy in place. Well, I want to help you get on that path even sooner. Now, if this is the first time you're joining me, I'm this founder and CEO of Senior Savvy. We help older adults with their technology across the country, and we teach classes just like this at various senior living communities. And what I know from working with older adults is that when you have a basic foundation and understanding of the technology, you feel more confident and confident to continue learning on your own, right? And that's why I break things down to the basics every single time. We just talk about the basics. In fact, today we're going to talk about your tech goals. We're going to keep it simple, KISS, keep it simple senior. And we're going to talk about whether or not you should repurpose, donate, or sell something that you may have around, how to wipe it clean so you can get rid of all of your personal information. We're going to talk about decluttering your devices. And then also, as a tech goal, we're going to talk about your online security strategy for this year. If you do have any questions, I want you to notice right down below on every single slide is my email address, and that's there for you. I want you to reach out to me if you have any questions whatsoever. But first, let's go ahead and talk about repurposing your devices. I love this because you've spent a lot of money. Maybe they're still functioning a little bit. And I want to teach you what you can do. Now, let's say you have a slightly older desktop. It's not working as fast as it used to. Well, you can always turn that older desktop into an extra monitor. In fact, I'm doing that right now. I have a slightly older desktop right here. And then right over here, I've got my MacBook Pro, which is new. So I'm using two monitors. I love it this way. This way I could stay in motion when I'm at my desk. I can keep email up over here and something else over here. You can also use an older desktop model just for checking email if you want to do that. Basic, very basic internet stuff. If you have an older TV, like I do, my TV is about 5, 6, 7 years old, right? It's not that old, but compared to all of the brand new smart TVs this day, what I've had to do with my older TV is use something like a Roku stick. I know many of my students love their Roku sticks because they make things so easy and there's just one simple remote. But if you have a Fire Stick or you use a Google Chrome stick, you can plug that into the back of your TV and make your old TV smart. You can also use an older TV as an extra monitor. That's right. I've had a lot of my students do this. And this way, if they're on a Zoom call or they're trying to see something on the computer, or maybe their eyesight has diminished, an extra monitor, big old TV is going to make your viewing size much bigger and easier for you. Now let's go ahead and talk about some donation options. Of course, we've got the Goodwill. They'll take pretty much anything. We also have a website called pcsrefurbish.com. That's right. This is best for donating your PC, your personal computer, your laptop, for instance. They're going to take your old computer and they're going to repurpose them for those in need of technology. I've been accessing this website for many years now. It's called Cell Phones for Seniors. I'm sorry, Cell Phones for Soldiers, Cell Phones for Soldiers. You can donate your old phone or tablet to Cell Phones for Soldiers, and this helps collect international calling cards for the troops, and they will send them overseas. They will refurbish them. So this is called cellphonesforsoldiers.com. If you happen to have an older pair of hearing aids, or you're getting a new pair this year as part of your tech goals, you can donate your older hearing aids to hearingAidDonations.org, and they will take them and refurbish them and give them to lower income people nationwide. Here are some selling options. There have been many, many times where I've have a slightly older device, or I've even purchased slightly older devices off of eBay, where you can go in, you can put in the model number, the serial number, enter some details, and find out what your device is worth. There's also a website called sellgpu.com. Now, if you have built your own computer, and my son loves to do that, and I've got some clients that have added in certain things, you could go to this website and find out if what you're using is worth anything before you just donate it. I have used Gazelle.com many times to send in a slightly older device as well as purchase them. And every time they've been so easy to work with. They'll send you a self-addressed stamped envelope. After they've received your device, they're going to look it over, and then they'll mail you a gift card. Here are some ways that you can wipe clean your devices. When you're ready to donate, when you're ready to sell them, ready to give them to the kids, I still recommend that you wipe them clean. Now, what I want you to do right now is I want you to pick up your phone, okay? Because I'm going to show you on the next couple of slides some steps, and I want you to be ready to take a picture, right? So go ahead and pause this if you need to go grab your phone. Otherwise, let's do it. If you're trying to wipe a Windows device clean, what I want you to do is go to Settings, Update and Security, click on Recovery, and then Get Started under the Reset This PC option. Those are the steps for wiping your Windows device clean. If it is a Chromebook, all right, what you're going to do is you're going to go Settings, Advanced, and then you're going to power wash it. That's right. That's what the Chromebook calls it, a power wash. If you're using an Apple computer, what I want you to do is restart your device. You're going to hold your fingers on the keyboard. You're going to hold down Option, Command, and R to enter recovery mode. Option, Command, and R. So you may have to try it out first before you get there. Make sure you got your fingers in the right place. Then you're going to choose Reinstall macOS and confirm that that's exactly what you want to do. If you need any help, you can call AppleCare. You can also reach out to me anytime, and I'll help you through those steps. When it comes to your Apple device, you're going to go Settings, General, and then you're going to erase all content and settings. You will need your Apple ID and your password. Okay, so get that ready. You're not going to be able to delete it without those two things. If you have an Android device, you're going to go Settings, System, Advanced, Reset, and Erase All. That's right, reset and erase all. So I just want you to know those are the steps. You can always go back and follow this along to help you. Now let's talk about decluttering your devices. First and foremost, I think it's a good idea to get into your email and start decluttering your inbox. Now, many of my students are very tiny. In fact, you go through and you delete everything every day, and I admire you for that. There is the other side of the population where we just don't have time for that. So for me, what that means is that there are times I have to go in and I need to erase whole years because it's taking up so much of my storage space. And you can search for years. You could search for sender, like if Macy's is sending you a bunch of email and you want to get rid of that, you can go ahead and delete them all. And when it comes to your desktop, now I see a lot of you doing this. You're using your computer desktop as a filing cabinet, which is a no-no, because what happens is your computer is looking for ways to file this information and make sense of it. And what it's doing is it's trying to organize it for you. And you might hear it in the background, making all of these. You could like hear the engine, the motor running in your computer because it's trying to make sense of all of these unorganized files. What I want you to do is drag and drop, drag and drop. And the other thing too, I always say just set a timer for a half hour, be real focused and get it done. Otherwise, you're slowing up your computer and it is going to lose the longevity that you're expecting it to have when it's working that hard to organize it for you. Next up, you can also uninstall some old apps. That's right. There are old apps on our devices, whether it's our phone or a computer, and they could be taking up storage space, and they can be not syncing up with your new operating system. Whatever the case is, uninstall them if you're not using them. You can also go ahead and clear your browser. That's right. If your computer is running slow, what I want to encourage you to do is go online, go into your internet browser, whether it's Safari or Chrome or Edge, and clear the browser. The browser cache is holding all of this information about you, and that also can slow down your computer. Now we're going to talk about security, one of my favorite topics. In fact, if you see me getting all like this, it's because it's so important to me that you know how to be secure online. First and foremost, update your software. It's the easiest thing that you can possibly do, but so many of my clients don't do it. So I really want to encourage you to update your software. Keep it up to date. Even if there's nothing in there in the software update that you care about, emojis, Facebook update, whatever the case is, there are always security patches. So I really want to encourage you to do that. Also, be on the lookout for that S, the HTTPS. The S stands for security in the internet URL. Now, people ask me all the time about the cookies. Should I keep them? If they're chocolate chip, yes, definitely keep them. If not, and if you're only going to that website one time only, there's really no reason to accept the cookies. If you're going there all the time, like it's an Amazon or a Chico's and they've got your size, definitely accept all the cookies. Now, I want to teach you that there are 3 telltale signs of a spam email. I see it happening all the time, and I want you to be on the lookout for it as well. Number 1, there will always be typos in these spam emails, always, because typically the hackers are writing them fast. There's no grammar checker, there's no spell checker, they don't have a copywriting department looking it over. There are typos in it, and you're going to see them in the subject. You'll see them as they address you. It'll say Madame. And so look for typos. Look to see who it is from. Who is it actually from? Even though it may look like the National Security Department, maybe it looks like it's from the government or Medicare. I want you to hover your mouse over who it is really from. And when you do that over their email address, you can tell whether it is an actual work email or if it's like a Gmail account that anyone in the world could open up. And finally, the third sign that it is a spam email is that there's always a heightened sense of urgency. You got to do this or else that, always. So I want you to be on the lookout for that. Another thing I really would love for you to consider is to get a password notebook. And I'm not talking about one of those really small black ones that, you've erased over and erased and then crossed out and then erased. No, I'm talking about an 8.5 by 11 password notebook, something that's not going to get lost anytime soon. Now, I've purchased this one on Amazon several times over. They have many different covers on them, and I'm going to show you the one that we use right now at home that's falling out of my hands. And here it is. So it's not floral. All right, my son chose this one, but I just want you to see that it has great big lines on it and places to write, and it's alphabetized. And a lot of the books that you guys use are not alphabetized, they're just pads of paper. So make this easy on yourself. Spend $6, get a great big password notebook. It's not going to get lost. It's not going to fall behind the desk. You're going to be able to find it. Now, finally, in the great big world of tech goals, couple things that you can do. Update your case, okay? A lot of you have been keeping the same case on your phone since the day you purchased it, which might be 3 or 4 years old, and it could be weathered, it could be fading, it could be broken off. It's time for a new case. What happens is the sun, the UV rays break down these cases, and which adds bacteria to them. Also, while you're at it, put a new glass screen protector on there to protect your trusty investments. Couple signs that it's time for a new case. 1, there's visible damage. 2, it's loose. And 3, it's fading. All right. I've got a couple FAQs for you here that I'm going to answer. Can you keep your passwords on your computer? Absolutely. However, make sure you and your legacy contact, maybe your adult child, has the password to your computer, has the password to your computer, okay? Also print out a list of them as well. How often should you clear your computer cache? Well, I would recommend at least once a month. That's going to help you keep your browser running smoothly. And what if you don't want to update this new software? Okay, I get it. I know a lot of people don't like the changes. I totally get it. However, there are always security patches in these software updates. And for that reason alone, I say lean in and do the updates so you can be more secure. And finally, should I upgrade to Windows 11? Okay, now's the time. You have until October 2024 in which to continue using Windows 10, but you also have until October 2024 to be on the lookout for a new computer. This is a great time to be looking right now. Keep your eye out because there will be Memorial Day sales, there'll be graduation sales, there will be Amazon Prime Days, which will happen in June or July. So keep your eye out for a new computer. If your computer is unable to update to Windows 11, it's time. I'm giving you permission to do just that. Now, if you do have any questions, feel free to reach out to us. Here are some of the websites that we talked about today. You can lift up your phone, take a picture of it. And while you're doing that, I just want to say, well done. I am proud of you for sticking it through. I am proud of you for learning new things. And if you at any time want to reach out to us, you can always find me on Facebook. You can also connect with me right here. You can reach out and give me a call anytime. All right. I'm here to help you. It is an honor and a privilege to serve you. Have a wonderful day, and I'll be back here next week.